Well, I was born in India. I grew up in India till I was 32. I was working in India. Then I moved to the United States to study further, and I was there for about 7 years. Then I went back, and that's when I joined Aegon in the United States. So and then I went back to India for 2 years, and then worked there in Aegon, and now I'm back in The Hague just 4 days ago. So I've just been here 4 days.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Yeah, I was saying about Hinduism, as that most of the Hindus don't consider themselves as Hindus. The term Hinduism was coined by the British, not by us.
Why?
Because we lived in the area that we lived in India, and when the British came, they found that none of us were Christians. So they had to call us by some name, and they called us Hindus because of the river Indus. Okay, there's a river called Indus in the north of the country. Civilizations that existed 2,000, 3,000 years ago. So the country, the name comes from Indus. The other people consider, they think, okay, we are not Christians, they are not Muslims, so who are we? So we call them Hindus. So
is it bad to call you Hindu?
No, not at all, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, because the way we look at it, Hinduism is a way of life. It is not a religion. It's the way I think about it. And what I'm saying now might be different from a lot of what other Hindus will tell you, okay? Because we are all, everybody will have his own or her own opinion about what he is and what he believes in. I just think Hinduism is a way of life. We do believe in gods, yes, obviously. There are so many gods. There are hundreds of gods.
How they start these festivals? There
a history to all that, yeah. There is history to most of the religion and most of the festivals. One of the most popular festivals of Hinduism is called Diwali. Diwali, or it can even be called Deepavali. It's a festival of lights. Okay, so typically people light lamps. You light those lamps all around. So at night it looks beautiful. Everybody's house is full of lamps, and then they have fireworks. Those kinds of things. So we do that, but traditionally that has come from the history that well, I can't call it history really. It's more mythology. It's not a historical fact. It's more of a mythological fact, as in people believe that there was a lord, there was a king. And when the king was sent off into exile, tell me if you don't understand parts of it, just stop me. Okay? Otherwise, I have to explain. So when there's a king called Ram, R-A-M, Ram, and who was sent off by his father to the forest. He was about to become king, but he was not allowed to become king, and he was sent off to the forest for 14 years. We call it exile in English. Exile, E-X-I-L-E, exile. Where you send this person off, he is not supposed to show his face to the people. So he sent him off for 14 years, and so when he returns after 14 years, people celebrated that and welcomed him with a lot of light and fireworks. So that is how it started. So that is the significance of Diwali. But today, of course, people forget that, and people who are as young as you are, and myself also, all of us just celebrate it without really thinking about.
But it's just a nice day.
It's a nice day. People celebrate. There's a lot of fireworks. And it's very commercial. There's a lot of shopping. There's people go to the mall. They eat a lot of food. People make a lot of sweets, Indian sweets. So there's a lot of that. So it has become commercialized over a period of time. But that is the tradition. The tradition is that that it is that Lord Ram coming back to the country. So
but you do now still celebrating it, or when you're in The Hague or in the USA, not with your family, do you celebrate that?
Do I celebrate Deepavali or Diwali? I personally don't. My family also doesn't because we belong to another part of India. So we don't celebrate Diwali as much. We celebrate some other festivals.
Which do you celebrate?
See, I come from the south of India where we celebrate a festival called Onam. Every year he be allowed to come back to his people, to meet his people. So that is celebrated as Onam.
Oh, and what do you do in this day?
Onam actually comes with the harvest season.
Yeah.
So after the harvest you have a lot of grain. You have a lot of rice, you have wheat. So that's when that's the time when Onam is celebrated. Yeah. So none of these festivals involve alcohol. Yeah. But now today the way it is celebrated, everybody drinks. But traditionally they don't drink.
Do you think it's sad that the tradition is gone?
Yeah. It is sad that at least for me it is sad that people don't celebrate the way it should be celebrated.
And do you also celebrate Holi?
Yes, Holi is another very popular festival, and Holi is a festival of colors.
What's the history of
the story of Holi? The story of Holi is there was a demon king, not a good king, a bad king, a demon king who had a son, and his son was a big follower of one of the gods, but the king didn't like it because his son was supposed to respect him and not the god, so he was not very happy about it. So he threatened to kill his own son. He said that I'll kill you if you don't stop worshipping the god. But he refused, and the son continued to pray to the god, and he was worshipping the god. So at some point between the father and son, the demon and the son, there was an argument, and they said that if you show, he says, where is your God? He says, where is your God? I want to see the God. Where is it? And show me the God. So he says, the son says, the God is there in everything. It's there in this.
It's there.
No, the God. The God is there in everything.
Oh.
Is everything in this pen, in this everything. Okay. So he says, okay. Then he strikes one of the the pillar, the wall basically. He strikes one of the walls and says, okay, let me show where is God. And then he strikes it, but actually God appears. This is mythology. Okay, this is not actual. These are stories. So God actually comes out and kills the demon king. Okay. So this is celebrated in terms of. So Holi represents that. Holi represents the coming of God and killing of the demon king. So people in Holi, they celebrate with a lot of colors.
Yes, with.
But why? Why colors?
Colors mainly to actually represent celebration.
Yeah.
Yes, we finished.
You're welcome. Yeah. Good luck with your presentation.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Sure.